Horton was there and caught up with the team. This is what he found.
It's the first time the Springboks have played in the US since 2001, and thousands of South African fans are expected to make the trip to Washington, D.C. this weekend. Several key players have stayed back home, but that hasn't put off fans like Heinz Smit, who's travelled more than 1,000 kilometres from Florida.
I'm very excited to see good rugby, I'm sure, and I know Welsh team is watered down as well. Yes, it is disappointing, but you got to manage your players. The seasons have just become too long.
Organisers say South African ticket sales have been strong in recent weeks as excitement builds ahead of Saturday's game.
For USA Rugby, it's a really good thing for us, especially here in the States, where haven't hosted an international like this in Washington, D.C. before. So to have an interest from these teams and the fans has been pretty fantastic. I think it's a testament to the growth of the game here.
New Springboks coach Rassie Erasmus has named 7 debutants in the 26-man squad for the US trip. Senior players say the new faces are settling in well.
We're good for us to get off on a winning note, especially with new systems in place. A few new boys getting an opportunity to wear in the green and gold. That's quite special.
A lot of them will be getting their first caps this weekend, which is also obviously a dream come true to represent their country. So we're excited for that day.
The focus now is on the players' recovery after a long flight from South Africa, and giving the players a chance to relax, with supporters delighted to see South African rugby in an unfamiliar setting. Harry Horton, SABC News, Washington.
The Springboks Sevens captain Philip Snyman says the team knows they need to do more if they hope to defend their HSBC World 7 Series title. There are 2 more events remaining in the current series, with South Africa currently trailing log leaders Fiji by 4 points. On the opening day, South Africa take on Russia, Canada and conclude their program against the tricky Samoa.
Snyman is a 2-time HSBC World Rugby 7 Series champion and has been on the podium at the Olympic Games. The captain, playing in his 53rd World Series tournament, feels it can be done given the makeup of the Black squad. The team will be strengthened by the return of speedster and scoring machine Siabelo Sinatla. Snyman himself is back after missing the Hong Kong and Singapore tournaments, and he believes the Springboks will deliver a very competitive effort.
We don't want to change our focus or focus on the wrong stuff. We want to go out and play the best rugby that we possibly can, and that's to go out and enjoy the time on that field. And we work extremely hard over the last couple of seasons, and I believe if we stick to the basics and do the basics well, the result will look after itself this upcoming weekend.
The Springboks are aware that there's a likelihood of facing the log-topping Fiji in the quarterfinals, which could determine the outcome of the 2017-2018 World Series.
It's obviously human to take a glance at that table and go, sheesh, okay, we're 4 points behind. There's a possibility of us crossing Fiji in a quarterfinal as early as the quarterfinal. So, but again, I think if we can focus on the right things, and that's that effort and the implementation of the processes, then I think it will go well. And I think one thing that we definitely want to get back is that enjoyment on the field, that brotherhood and playing for the jersey and for each other.
Great moment for me, special weekend for me. I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's an opportunity that not many guys get to play 35 tournaments, and I'm one of the lucky guys to get it. So looking forward to playing and go out and enjoy myself. Yes, definitely. We are 4 points behind in the circuit, but nevertheless we never bother about the points and the results. We always here to implement our processes and go out and enjoy ourselves.
Fiji are top of the World Series log standings with 145 points. The Springboks have 141 points, followed by New Zealand and Australia respectively. Sfiso Ramara, SABC News.
And that's a wrap of our bulletin for this Friday afternoon. Thank you so much for having stayed with us. The team will be back again between 3 and 6 next week. More news programming follows at 6 p.m. with Francis Heard. From myself, Paul Shong, and all of us here, have a great weekend.